Hello folks, Luke Simons with you. Back to the basics 101. Snowing here in North Dakota. It is October the 11th and second snow we had so far this year. So it drove us off our project outside. We're putting a thermostat in, a 1979 F250. All right, what we have here is just a V8 400 in a Ford, of course. Now this is going to be pretty much standard Chevy, Dodge, Ford, doesn't matter the engine size really. When you're talking old iron, pretty much all standard, the same thing. We have our radiator, we have our top radiator hose. From our top radiator hose, it comes down. We're going to have two bolts here. Our thermostat is right under there. You're thinking to yourself, how does he have a nice shop light in that old Quonset of his? You want to see that nice light? I'll show you a trick. Just a regular standard light. Throws all the light in the world. You just wire it right up.
Now do a quick inspection of the thermostat. Go ahead and open it up. In there should be a brand new gasket and a thermostat. Now this thermostat is at 195, which simply means is the engine will run up to 195, then the thermostat will opening it so that radiator fluid can go into the radiator and start the cool down process. Now you will need a socket, in this case it's a 1/2 inch socket, with an extension. The extension is important. It's just going to keep your hands that much better. You're going to like it a lot better.
Now anything like this, I set up in two different spots. So you take it off even pressure. There we go. Now it's even, and you're going to lose some radiator fluid. That's just part of the game.
Now towards the end of this video, I'm going to show you two really neat tricks. Towards the end of this video. Actually, there's 3, so stay tuned till the end.
When you pop that off, don't be surprised, you're going to get some fluid hanging out of there. Now with this here, just take a little baling wire, flip it around, tie it to the front somewheres so that it's not leaking fluid all over where you're working. All right, take your Leathermans. We're going to pop that right off. Your old gasket, if the rancher that owned it before you or whatever, a lot of times they put gasket sealer on there and whatnot. Try not to get it in to your radiator fluid as much as possible.
A little trivia for you mathematic people. If you have 50 female pigs and 50 male deer, what do you have? Again, if you have 50 female pigs and 50 male deer, what do you have? Well, you have $100,000. Well, you can't say I didn't try.
Pretty grody when you look at it. We'll clean that all up so we can reuse. Now bolts that are just like brand new, we'll go ahead and put a new lock washer on. You can see there's no lock left in that washer. Good dry surface. Now this one here, particular one, gasket, has a sticky side. After cleaning this fell off, now after you have it snug, just tighten them up together. That's what you want to do. Same pressure on both sides, because you can break that off. Then you're going out to the parts pickup or salvage yard or whatever you have to. Okay, right there is tight. We're gonna go a quarter turn. Quarter turn, not even, maybe a eighth. Perfectly tightened. Of course, refill your radiator with a lost fluid. And then of course we're going to put the cap back on and let it start up again. Make sure the system is full. A way cheaper way to buy your radiator fluid. Must add water. I think this was $11 or $12. It'll make 2 gallons of fluid. So if you're doing your own mechanicing, this is way better. You have to read the directions in back, which are very, very simple, but you must add water, okay? This will make 2 gallons. So basically, you're buying a 2-for-1 and the convenience factor of mixing your own. I will show you one cool trick at the end of this as well. Now on these jugs, there is no reader on here saying half, quarter, whatever, so you never really know how much fluid is in there. A buddy of mine grew up on a farm. He said, let me show you how to do that. So if you look in there, you just run your finger down to where your fluid is. Check this out. Now I know we're about a quarter full. The other way is to stick a stick in through, but the easiest way is just look down and your finger is right there. It's that simple. Just look down and your shadow is exactly where the fluid is. Quarter full. Now, your runoff hose on these older Ford, Chevys, Dodges, any old pickup, usually if you have fluid that's too high and this 13-pound cap, it'll pee out on the ground. But check this out. So your radiator cap, your hose, so when the pressure comes up, fluid comes out, and usually on the ground. But check this out. You just take your old jug, put a little cap, hole in the cap, not in the cap, in the side, excuse me, and there you are. A mechanic showed me how to do that. Now, if you have a shop, you're always going to have old parts laying around. Metal, whatever. In this case, it's just a thermostat. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. But you throw that in the wheelbarrow. You have an old parts car out in the pasture, whatever you have. You throw all of this iron in that old car that you're not using anymore. When you fill that car up, it will weigh a significant amount of weight. Then you take the whole car to the scrapyard
and you're getting anything that's in here, old oil filters, whatever, is going to sell for iron price.
And normally, it will just sell for tin price, which is hardly worth your time. Put it in a car, it's worth iron price. Good stuff, good deal. And it's green.